NASA plans to establish a base on the Moon before sending humans to Mars to make the journey to Mars shorter. SpaceX's founder, Elon Musk, wants to win the race to Mars. European and Russian space agencies are also discussing sending humans to Mars. However, surviving on Mars after landing in its harsh atmosphere is a challenge due to the absence of oxygen, a critical requirement for life, as opposed to Earth. NASA has devised a method to produce oxygen on Mars, which differs from the method used by the International Space Station, and this method wouldn't work on Mars. Welcome to Story TV's videos. The desire to live on Mars is driven by numerous reasons, including scientific exploration and space curiosity. However, there's also a fear that a disaster on Earth could potentially wipe out humanity, similar to the extinction of dinosaurs, 65 million years ago. This is seen as a possibility, evidenced by the current example of climate change on Earth. This might be the biggest reason why someone might become the Neil Armstrong of Mars in the future. Elon Musk initially planned to colonize Mars by 2026, but now predicts 2029. On the other hand, NASA also aims to land humans on Mars by 2030. The question is not who will get to Mars first, but how humans will survive there, given many of Mars' properties are similar to Earth's, such as the length of a Martian day or sol, which is only 39 minutes longer than an Earth day, and the presence of different seasons and polar ice caps on both planets. Despite the thin atmosphere on Mars, the absence of oxygen poses a significant challenge for human survival. The International Space Station, ISS, has been providing oxygen and fresh water to astronauts in the harsh conditions of space for 25 years. The ISS houses 4 to 5 astronauts at a time, requiring at least 45 liters of water daily, amounting to 1,350 liters monthly and 16,200 liters annually. Additionally, the ISS uses 1,000 kilograms of oxygen gas annually. The ISS relies on 2 systems, the Water Reclamation System, WRS, and the Oxygen Generation System, OGS. These systems recycle human waste, urine, sweat, and humidity back into drinkable water, and through a process called electrolysis, water is split into oxygen and hydrogen gases. However, hydrogen gas is highly flammable and poses a risk of turning the ISS into a fireball within seconds. This gas isn't wasted but is used in another system called the Saboteur system, which combines the astronauts' waste carbon dioxide with hydrogen gas to produce water, methane gas, and some heat. The water is reused, the heat is managed, but the methane gas, despite its value on Earth as fuel, is released into space due to the need for oxygen to burn it, which is a precious commodity on the ISS. The entire process of oxygen and water generation on the ISS depends on refueling missions because even though these systems are 98% efficient, there are always losses and leakages. Therefore, water and oxygen are periodically transported from Earth to the ISS, a costly endeavor where transporting just 1 liter of water to the ISS can cost more than $10,000. Consequently, using this method to produce oxygen on Mars, located 225 million kilometers away, is not cost-effective. NASA's Perseverance rover, sent to Mars in 2021, included a device for this experiment called MOXIE, Mars Oxygen In Situ Resource Utilization Experiment. Unlike the ISS, where water is sourced from Earth, finding water on Mars would require reaching its polar caps or drilling several feet underground to extract ice. Therefore, MOXIE uses carbon dioxide from Mars' atmosphere to produce oxygen. Mars' atmosphere consists of 95% carbon dioxide. MOXIE compresses and heats this carbon dioxide in an electrolyzer to produce oxygen gas. This electrolyzer is made of gold, an excellent conductor of heat, to protect other parts of the Perseverance from heat. The process also produces carbon monoxide, and if carbon separates entirely, it could form a damaging layer similar to that seen on cooking pans. Thus, this process is performed with great caution. However, MOXIE can only produce a small amount of oxygen at a time, requiring a lot of energy, which is why NASA only operates it occasionally, when there is excess energy from solar panels. To date, it has produced only 122 grams of oxygen, enough to keep a person alive for just 3.5 hours. To produce more oxygen on Mars, a larger version of MOXIE and a bigger power plant would be needed, posing a significant challenge. Scientists are working on future technologies that could break down carbon dioxide molecules at lower temperatures, using vibrations to separate oxygen molecules from carbon dioxide without heating. This technology has been tested in the lab, but Earth's high atmospheric pressure and temperature make it impossible to conduct this experiment on Earth. However, Mars' atmosphere is perfect for this purpose. Regardless of the technology used, the goal is to use resources available on Mars to produce oxygen, ensuring that the devices used are not dependent on Earth. This is crucial because while the ISS is only 400 kilometers from Earth, making it relatively easy to send astronauts back in an emergency, such an option wouldn't be available for a Mars colony, making the challenge of sustainable oxygen generation on Mars even greater. Story TV hopes you will like and share this video and thanks you for your supportive comments. See you in the next exciting video.